Hi students. So far we've done all examples where we did a sketch on one of the principal planes and then extruded it. Now let's do an example where we put a sketch on a face. So I'm going to create a new part. So we'll start in the way we always have. I'm just going to draw a block, constrain it with smart dimensions. Good, good. So I locate it in space. You get the length and width. And now I have a fully defined sketch. Looks good. I will exit my sketch. I'll do an extruded boss. Whoops. Let's see. I'll imagine this is a piece of steel and I'm going to make it 6 inches long. I'll accept the command and looks good. Now, if you would like to put features on a face, and it must be a flat face, must be planar. Okay. I'm going to click on this face. You can see it highlights. And over here I'm going to click Sketch. So we're going to create a completely new sketch. And I'm going to imagine that I want to put a slot down through it. So I'm going to choose some of my drawing tools up here, and I'm going to choose Straight Slot. I'll choose the axes of the slot. So at first I choose the length, then I move my mouse outward. That creates the diameter. And I will accept that geometry. The angle's a little bit weird. I'd rather see it dead on. So I'm going to choose the normal 2 option. That's a little prettier. So now, just like the initial sketches, I need to fully constrain this. And what I can do is dimension to the edges of the part. So I'm going to choose Smart Dimension. And I think I'll choose the center line, and I'll dimension off to that highlighted edge. So let's say I want it 1 inch over. Whoops. And I will go say 1 inch from the opposite end. I need to tell it how wide to make the slot. So I'll give it a radius of 1/2 inch. Accept that dimension. And let's see. So what is wrong? Aha, I don't have a slot length. So now I'll choose my slot length. I think I'll make it 3.0 inches. I have a fully defined sketch, so I can get 100 on my homework for that aspect. I'll exit the sketch. Now this time I'm going to do an extrude cut. Let's try something different. There are multiple options for the extrude cut. Let's imagine that I want to go to a certain depth. Okay, we call that making a blind feature. So this feature that I'm about to create is 6 inches deep. Now that's a little thick. That actually blows right through all the material. So let's say I want to make it 1/4 inch deep. And I'll say OK. Nice little feature drawn on a face. Let's say I want to change it. See what other options are out there. So we'll edit the feature, and one of the other most common options instead of blind, come down and click through all. And it does exactly what it says. Regardless of the thickness of the part, it just blows the feature right through the whole thing. I'll say OK. And you can see now I have a slot cut right through my chunk of metal. Okay, not too bad. I do want you to notice that the sketch that created the initial block of metal is different from the sketch that created the cut extrude. As you make parts, it's very nice to have one sketch per feature. I'm going to encourage you as you move along to create multiple simple sketches as opposed to smaller numbers of highly complicated ones. And the reason is very simple. They're easier to constrain. If you have a sketch that only has, say, 4 or 5 lines, that's very easy to constrain. If you make a complicated sketch with a lot of lines, they're hard to constrain. Sometimes the computer will resolve the sketch badly and they can blow up into a spaghetti mess. So small, simple steps is in your best interest. Thank you for watching. Bye.